Thousands of innocent people have been wrongfully imprisoned. The cause? Faulty eyewitness testimony. But what if the problem isn't forgetting the truth, but actually creating it? Our minds can construct vivid memories of events that never happened. And because we believe our memories work like video recordings, we rarely question them. This is the phenomenon of false memories. False memories, those that feel as real as true ones, are a major cause of wrongful convictions. And the story of Ronald Cotton highlights how dangerous they can be. In 1984, Ronald Cotton was wrongfully convicted of a rape he did not commit. Jennifer Thompson, the victim, was certain of his identity. She had seen him just for a few seconds during the attack, yet she confidently identified him in a police lineup. It wasn't until 10 years later, when DNA evidence revealed the actual rapist, that Cotton was exonerated. But how could someone's memory be so flawed?
Many people believe that memory works like a recording device. You just record the information, then you call it up and play it back when you want to answer questions or identify images. But decades of work in psychology has shown that this just isn't true. Our memories are constructive. They're reconstructive. Memory works a little bit more like a Wikipedia page. You can go in there and change it, but so can other people.
False memories are not rare. They're rooted deep within the human mind, and they can be triggered by external factors like stress, suggestion, or even leading questions. Misinformation, like a witness being fed incorrect details about an event, can alter memory. Similarly, leading questions can plant false images in a person's mind. For example, asking, "What did the man with the green jacket do?" can make someone remember seeing a man with a green jacket, even if no one wore one. The reason for this is because sometimes, under extreme pressure, people fabricate memories or misinterpret details, believing them to be true, even when they are not. In Ronald Cotton's case, Jennifer's memory was distorted by the stress of the attack, her interaction with the police lineup, and the pressure of the investigation. Her confidence in her memory was unwavering, but it was a false memory. The Innocence Project works to prevent wrongful convictions and create fair, compassionate, and equitable systems of justice for everyone. They have helped exonerate more than 300 wrongfully convicted individuals, showing just how widespread the issue is. To prevent this, we need reforms in the justice system. Law enforcement should mandate the videotaping of all interrogations from start to finish in order to ensure transparency and accountability. As well as this, officers should be trained in evidence-based techniques, such as the PEACE model used in the United Kingdom, which emphasizes open-ended questioning, repertoire building, and avoiding leading or accusatory tactics. Eyewitness identification procedures must also be reformed to reduce the risk of memory distortion. Traditional police lineups use practices that lead the witness towards a suspect, such as suggesting that the perpetrator is present or allowing officers aware of the suspect's identity to oversee the lineup. Instead of this, law enforcement should implement double-blind lineup procedures, where neither the administrator nor the witness knows the suspect's identity. In addition to these reforms, courts should allow experiment testimony from psychologists who specialize in memory science. The reason for this is because jurors and even judges often assume that competent testimony reflects accurate memory, which can heavily influence verdicts. However, by incorporating expert insight into trials, courts can ensure that memory-based evidence is examined more closely. The Central Park 5 case is a perfect example of why reforms like these need to be implemented. On April 19, 1989, 5 teenagers were coerced into making confessions of a crime they didn't do after hours of grueling interrogations. Their confessions were shaped not by memory, but by psychological strain. These teens were sentenced and served sentences ranging from 7 to 13 years until 2002, when convicted rapist Matias Reyes confessed to the attack, and his DNA evidence matched evidence from the scene, leading to the exoneration of the 5 men. The case became a symbol of racial injustice and police misconduct, and in 2014, the city awarded $41 million as a settlement to the wrongfully convicted men. The justice system must be transparent. Videotaping all interrogations would provide accountability and ensure that memories aren't tainted. With expert testimony, we can educate jurors and judges about how memories work and how they can be manipulated. As well as this, ongoing education for the police, attorneys, and judges will ensure everyone involved in the justice system understands how memory can be influenced. With these reforms, we can create a more ethical and effective justice system, one that doesn't convict the innocent based on faulty recollections. While some critics argue that these reforms could be costly, the price of inaction is far greater. The cost of wrongful imprisonment, years of lost life, legal fees, and compensation is far more expensive. False memories are not just a flaw of human nature, they're a flaw in our justice system. Without change, we risk continuing a cycle of injustice that ruins lives and leaves the real criminals free. The time for reform is now, because in the end, justice isn't just about conviction, it's about truth.